Library of Heaven's Path. Chapter 1435, Fearsome Spirits. As a clan of master teachers, on top of their ancestors, it was natural that they would also pay respects to Kangxi as well. Earlier, Zhang Wuchen had been so shocked to see all of the sculptures coming to life that he had not even contemplated this possibility, or rather, such a thing was simply too ridiculous for him to believe to be true. So, the sheer horror he felt upon hearing that voice nearly jolted his primordial spirit into dissipation. He anxiously turned his head, and his heart nearly stopped. He saw Kangxi's sculpture standing before a group of guests, introducing himself warm-heartedly. Zhang Wuchen felt hoarseness at the back of his throat, and he widened his eyes in shock as he asked, "He enchanted Kangxi's sculpture as well?" In this very instant, he saw the entire world spinning around him. That was Kangxi, the man whom no human on the Master-Teacher Pavilion did not respect. Even if it was just a sculpture of him, no one would even dream of desecrating it in the slightest. And yet, to actually enchant it. "It's not just Kangxi," Elder Wuhan said as he pointed in another direction. Zhang Wuchen quickly turned his head over and saw the founding father of the Zhang clan seated on the ground, lecturing a group of guests. The founding father clearly grew more and more passionate as he spoke, to the point where there was absolutely no doubt that saliva would have splattered out of his mouth had he possessed any in the first place. Ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous. Zhang Wuchen bellowed in frenzy. The reason the sculptures were erected in the square was to display the Zhang clan's strength and contributions to the rest of the world. While the sculptures were indeed speaking of true incidents, still, this was simply too embarrassing. This was not just a showcase anymore but cheap bragging. And most importantly of all, why in the world did that fellow enchant Kangxi's sculpture too? Was there a single person in the Master-Teacher continent who did not know of Kangxi's existence? Was there any need to introduce him at all? The predecessors of the Zhang clan were awe-inspiring figures who induced respect in those standing before them, but in that very moment, with them reciting their accomplishments blatantly in such a manner, they seemed more like proud kids showing off their accomplishments. Where was the honor in this? What would become of their reputation? Destroying the formation as soon as he arrived, and playing with the ancestral sculptures in the guest area and making them out to be fools. That fellow is clearly here to wreak havoc. Zhang Wuchen was so angry that he was on the verge of exploding. While most guests were there to challenge the Zhang clan, the deference in their eyes was clear. It was almost if they were entering the royal palace to meet the emperor. This was because, regardless of whether they were able to triumph over the offspring of the Zhang clan or not, there was still no denying the strength and influence that they wielded in the Master-Teacher continent. Yet, not only was that fellow devoid of the slightest respect for the Zhang clan, he even brought mayhem over, causing the situation to spiral out of control. That darned B****. There's no way he could be that person. There's just no way that he could be. Zhang Wuchen shook his head relentlessly. Those of the Zhang clan had always been upright and honorable individuals, so how could that person possibly pull off something like that? Therefore, there was just no way on earth that he could be that person. And as long as he was not that person, he would be able to teach the other party a lesson, carving deep in his mind that the Zhang clan was not to be humiliated by anyone. Get the spirit awakeners of our clan over and have them destroy the spirits in the sculptures. After some time, Zhang Wuchen finally calmed down, and he swiftly issued a set of instruction to resolve the situation. Naturally, since it was possible to enchant spirits into objects and artifacts, it was possible to destroy the spirits as well. However, it would be best to have spirit awakeners do the job, or else there was a good chance that they could accidentally damage the sculpture. Elder Wuchen hurriedly nodded before relaying the instruction to another member of the Zhang clan. Soon, 2 elders rushed over to the scene in a hurry. 3rd elder, 7th elder, the 2 elders greeted. Elder Wu and Elder Mo will be troubling you on this matter. Zhang Wuchen clasped his fist. The reason the geniuses of the Zhang clan were skilled in most of the major occupations was because they had recruited plenty of experts from each of those occupations. Both Elder Wu and Elder Mo were 9-star Spirit Awakeners, and they were famed figures even in the Spirit Awakener Guild headquarters. Don't worry, 3rd Elder. This is no major issue. Elder Wu chuckled as he stroked his beard leisurely, emanating an air of confidence. I'll have the spirits in the sculptures destroyed right now and have the sculptures returned to where they should be. On the 3rd elder nodded. Even though he was extremely assured by the prowess of the 2 elders, he still felt that he should oversee the situation by the side. After all, these sculptures had been passed down through the generations by the predecessors. There was simply no replacement for them. Let's deal with this one first. Elder Wu took a look around the place before walking over to Zhang Lingran's sculpture. His primordial spirit dove out of his glabella and dived into the sculpture. Who? Zhang Lingran's sculpture immediately stopped speaking, and it froze motionlessly on the spot, as if the spirit within it had been completely destroyed. All right, it's done. Returning his primordial spirit to his body, Elder Wu chuckled softly. Spirit enchantment was an extremely delicate process, such that even 9-star Spirit Awakeners would have to proceed with it carefully, especially when dealing with important artifacts. However, if it was just destroying spirits, they could do it with ease. Seeing how simple the process was, the 3rd elder heaved a sigh of relief. Since the sculptures of the predecessors would not be damaged in the process, it should be safe to leave them be. As long as the spirits were destroyed swiftly, the damage to Zhang clan's reputation would be kept to the bare minimum. I'll be troubling the both of you with this matter then, the 3rd elder said once more politely. This is no trouble at all, there's no need to stand on ceremony. I'll have all of the spirits destroyed swiftly, too. Elder Wu waved his hand casually, and he began making his way over to the other enchanted sculptures. However, halfway through his motion, he suddenly caught sight of the frozen Elder Mo in his peripheral vision. Glancing over, he saw that the latter's eyes were widened in horror. Perplexed, he asked, "What's wrong?" "Your head," Elder Mo exclaimed anxiously. "My head?" Bewildered by that remark, Elder Wu swiftly scanned his body with his spiritual perception, and the next instant, his knees caved in, and he nearly collapsed to the ground. He found that innumerable cacti and flowers had sprouted on his head, and they were growing bigger and bigger by the moment at an ever-increasing rate. Coming to realize what was going on, Elder Mo exclaimed in agitation, "You didn't manage to destroy the spirit completely earlier. It managed to dive into your primordial spirit, and it's planning on vying with you for the control of your body. Previously, Elder Wu had sent his primordial spirit into the sculpture to destroy the spirit within it, and he thought that he had succeeded. Little did he know that not only was the spirit not destroyed, it had even made use of this opportunity to sneak a seed of itself into his primordial spirit to take root. Just that single moment of carelessness was more than sufficient to place Elder Wu in the precarious situation that he currently was in. Of course, with Elder Wu's strength, it would be impossible for the spirit, which was much weaker relatively to him, to successfully possess his body. Nevertheless, it was still embarrassing for him to walk around with a head covered with cacti and flowers. This would be more than enough to provide him with an entire lifetime worth of shame. Damn it! Coming to realize what had happened as well, Elder Wu's body trembled in fury. As if responding to his rage, the cacti on his head also quivered non-stop. He swiftly scanned his primordial spirit, and a moment later, he said, "This spirit has taken root in my Tianhai appointment, so I won't be able to deal with it alone. I need you to help me destroy it using your Kinzen's ethereal destruction art." "Very well." Elder Mo nodded. He walked up to Elder Wu, and taking in a deep breath, he sent a rapid wave of soul energy into the latter's Tianhai appointment. Pada. With a sound reminiscent of a needle popping a balloon, it sounded like something had been destroyed. Elder Wu swiftly inspected his primordial spirit before heaving a sigh of relief. Phew, it seems like it has been completely destroyed this time around. Ah! Before he could finish his words, he caught sight of a cactus sprouting on Elder Mo's head. Lush like a bright green hat, it covered the entirety of Elder Mo's head. "Why you?" Elder Mo was also shocked beyond words. All he had done was use his soul energy to vanquish the spirit. Fearing that the spirit would plague him, he had even made sure to retract his soul energy immediately upon contact. How in the world did he fall for the spirit's assault, too? What in the name of heavens is going on here? Elder Mo was really on the verge of tears. While other spirit awakeners were able to easily destroy any spirit just by suppressing it with their primordial spirit, they had actually ended up being possessed by it instead. As 9-star spirit awakeners, this was a situation that never should have happened to them. Yet, both of them had actually fallen for the same thing. Just who in the world was the culprit that had enchanted such an irksome and troublesome spirit? Just as the duo was completely crazed by the situation before them, not knowing what they should do, the cacti on their heads suddenly shuddered a little before voicing out a series of words that vaguely sounded like human speech. "I am Zhang Lingran. Is there anything I can help you with?" Elder Wu. Elder Mo. Zhang Wuchen.